Hello and welcome to Be Here Now, where presence invites perspective and allows peace. We are live on the new streaming network.com TV and podcast, as well as WGSN-DB Going Solo Network. Before we get started, if you would like to support us, the best free way to support us in getting our content out there is to like, share, comment, and subscribe. I am your co-host, Judy Forder, and I am here with our special guest, Elohi Magdalena Rosa, and my co-host in peace, Miss
Janice Leonard. Hi, everybody.
Welcome. Please welcome.
Hello, everybody.
Yeah,
Good to be here.
Yeah, we're so glad to have our special guest and everyone with us. And we love to do this. Judy and I do this every week. And our goal is to bring more love and light into our lives and others. So I hope you can keep on joining us. We are a 501c3 nonprofit organization, which means you can make donations and not have to pay taxes on it, make it tax deductible. Well, yeah. And to do that, this is where you can help us. That is cost a little, but only as much if you are able to. www.peacefulempowermentworks.org. There's a donate button on the top, another one on the bottom, and we appreciate you. Anything you can do to help, and we're so glad to be here.
Yes. All right, we're going to jump right in because Elohi has a lot to talk about. So, Janet, could you bring us in, please?
Absolutely.
All right, everybody take a deep breath in through your nose. How you feel now, Janice? You feel good?
I feel much better.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Awesome. All right. Well, what is your attitude for gratitude this week?
Oh my goodness. I had well, if you were able to and you watch us, we had a special I can't think of the word show too. Well, an event, a special event that we covered. And Judy was there at the Spirit of Oneness in Pennsylvania, and she got to interview a lot of the vendors, and it was amazing. And I'm grateful because what these things do to you is it makes you remember that there's so much more. There's more that you can learn with and grow with, and you see all these amazing gifted people. And I even got to someone we've had as a guest host before, Cheryl Pace. I had a session with her yesterday, and it just it's like I've forgotten about that whole ascension thing. And she reminded me. Oh, I'm sorry. She reminded me about that, and it was beautiful. And I felt so lifted. I can't even think of words. There aren't even words. But so I'm just so grateful for this for Judy, for this show, for the experiences, all the people, and these gifted people that we have around us and that are sharing with us, and that we get to share with you. So I hope you enjoy it.
Yeah, there's a lot of resources out there, and that's why Janice and I like to do this show, because we get to highlight a lot of the services out there. And the one thing I loved about Spirit of Oneness is there were over 65 vendors there. Of course, we don't have enough time to do interviews for all of them, but we were able to do 37 vendor interviews and to give people the opportunity to see the various different modalities and the crystals and all of the things that people are creating that can help support you in your healing. There's you're not going to align with everything, but this event gives you at least 37 opportunities to find something that you feel like, I'm pretty interested in that. I think I'll reach out.
Yeah, it was wonderful. So what are you grateful for, Judy?
Well, I'm grateful for Silverio because he did an outstanding job producing that entire event. The poor man was up for at least 14 hours straight. It felt like. And then Janice, I love the fact that I know you were busy with your grandkids, but you sat with us through interviews too. So it was very cool to be able to reference Janice in Vermont. And then the Janice's little voice would come from the phone that was set up shooting the video.
True.
Yeah, so it was a great event. I'm very grateful for Sharon and all the vendors that said yes. And of course, just everybody, the energy of it, it lights you up. It lights you up and it lifts you.
I just wanted, I've got to go next year because, you're not there in person, but I could still feel it. And it was amazing. Yeah. So that's what I'm grateful for today.
I have to tell you, anyone that has been on the show prior to and sat in the interview chair, we're sad that you weren't there.
Oh,
they were
nice.
like, oh, hoping to meet Janice in person. I was like, next year.
That's nice.
Yeah. So, yeah. Okay, let's move on to the good news story. What's our good news story this week?
Oh my goodness. So I found this one in Facebook, and it was by Kenna Bankerter. And it's this, if you look and you see an officer with a youngish African-American boy. And what this story was, I'm going to try to give you a quicker version. It's at 2 a.m., that boy dialed 911. He was in South Carolina. But it wasn't for a fire, robbery, or anything emergency. Actually, what he said is, I'm tired of sleeping on the floor. Let that sink in. We're one of the richest countries on earth. And this child's emergency was about not having a bed to sleep in. So the officer, who was Gaetano, asked Sarah. He responded, figured it was probably a prank or didn't know what it was going to be. But when he walked in, he was crushed. Bare walls, no furniture, no decorations, just a deflated air mattress in the corner, and a boy sitting there exhausted, slumped over like life had already beaten him down at 13 years old. He lived with his grandmother, who loved him and did the best she could, but she just couldn't afford more than the basics. So most officers would file a report and move on, but this officer, he couldn't shake it. He ended up, through however he did it, donations or his own pocket or what, he came back a few days later with a truck full of furniture, a bed with fresh sheets, a desk and chair for homework, lamps, decorations, and even a Nintendo Wii. The boy's face, when he saw this, pure joy. His 4 bare walls turned into a sanctuary. For the first time, he felt like he mattered. Didn't take a millionaire, didn't take a celebrity or the government to fix this. It took one person who cared enough to do something. Officer Sarah said it best. Sometimes you just know what's right. I love that story.
Yes, it's beautiful.
Beautiful.
It doesn't mean you have to pay for it out of pocket. You could get donations. You could make some calls. You could go to a used news shop. They have some great things. Or just put it out to churches or whatever. And you can, that's I want to do that.
Yeah. And I read that last night. And when you read it today, the line that gets me every time and chokes me up is, he finally knew he mattered.
Yeah.
It's so important for people to know that they're seen, they're heard, and they do matter.
Yep.
That there are things that you don't have to be rich to see people. You don't have to be rich to hear them and to let them know that they do matter. So yeah, that's beautiful. I love that.
Yeah.
All right. Elohi, unless you have something to comment about that, we're going to move right on to you.
Oh, yeah.
Well, no, I was just going to say that connects into what I'm going to be talking about, right? Of being seen and being heard, and that the feeling that you matter on this planet, and you do. Yeah.
I love it.
Perfectly into that. This is our Pathways of Peace segment. And in reading Elohi's stuff, one of the quotes that jumped off the page at me was, from silenced to sovereign, from fear to freedom. Because I feel like that's where we're moving as individuals and collective right now. We're moving from that silenced, fear-based to sovereign and free. And Elohi is here with us to share her amazing journey through this. So Janice, would you like to give the bio, please?
Oh, I am, you know what? I am honored to do the bio and as an introduction to our guest. Elohi Magdalena Rosa. I'd like to say it with an accent. she is a vessel priestess, voice alchemist, and co-midwife of the Temple of Anaraya, which is a living mystery school devoted to anchoring the feminine Christ and restoring the pure love of Eden on earth. Rooted in the Isis, Sophia, Magdalene, stream of cosmic mother, she midwifes remembrance through sound frequencies that flow through her voice as sacred medicine. These transmissions, carried by the Anaraya Collective, which is a field of soul lineages and ascended beings, soften the walls of the heart, inviting the oversoul home to unite with the human self in a sacred chalice of divine embodiment. Phew!
Just hearing that, it was like, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Elohi, I have Jen proofread all the slides and all that stuff before I send them off to everybody. And she read your bio and she was like, wow, that bio.
I know.
Oh, well, I am humbled by that.
Oh,
Yeah,
so
it's taken a long time to remember, what I really came here to do.
But that leads to my perfect question of, is this something you were in remembrance your entire life, or did you have it when you were a child, it shut down and it come back? How did you begin this spiritual journey?
Yeah, so my earliest memories were of like 4 years old, and some people have heard me talk about this. I would be taken out of my body, and I would be flying with the angels, and I would be giggling and twirling, and I felt so free. I was laughing and just felt so much love and joy. And, that kept happening, those out of body experiences. But I think it was, I don't know the exact age, but maybe around 8 years old, I was walking with a cousin of mine, and I told him about an out of body experience. And he said, "You're crazy." And that really shut me off, because even before then, there were all these feelings of feeling like my family didn't get me, they didn't love me. These were just all core wounds that I had come in with. But I really shut myself off from that. I always felt connected to spirit, but it was more from a religious perspective. I grew up Catholic. I always loved to pray. I felt very connected to Jesus, and I would pray in church. There were certain things about the religion I didn't like, but it was kind of my safe haven, especially when I was going through challenges. But it was in 2003 where I had a dream of awakening. So, and I was 38. So that whole time period between 4 and 38, I was living life and had many challenges and experiences. And I was married at the time. And part of the dream was also helping to give clarity around that. I wasn't happy. It's like I had put on all these masks. And I remember it's like I was always trying to make other people happy, giving my power away all the time, trying to fit in because I wanted to be accepted. And in the dream, at the time, I was working in New York City for a small consulting firm. And in the dream, I was in an elevator with 3 other women. I didn't know who those women were until years later. It turns out they were connected to the Marys, so Mary Magdalene and Mother Mary, and you know how in the movies the cable breaks loose, it starts like just moving really quickly. Yep, it makes a hole through the skyscraper we were in, and we start skidding over this muddy, muddy water. And I didn't know then, but that represented my emotions. And I was going through a dark night of the soul. And, but I remember so clearly there was an angel on the side of the river. She pulls me out of the elevator. I end up losing my wedding ring in the dream, which was, showing what was coming. But it was the voice I heard, it's so clearly. And the voice said, "My daughter, I have a mission for you. You're not going to understand what it is right now, but be patient because in time it will all be revealed."
Wow.
Yeah. And I'm so glad I wasn't told because I would have run scared. I had so much resistance about being here. It didn't feel safe to be in this human body. And I've had to do a lot of work to actually stay in my body. I used to leave my body a lot because it didn't feel safe. So that dream, opened up my crown, and I started meeting people. And one friend invited me to this guy who was he called it meditation, but it was really energy medicine. And in one of those classes, a woman came up to me. She's like, "What do you do for a living?" And at the time I was in marketing. I said, "Oh, I do marketing." I had already started painting because art was the first gift that came through once I had that dream. And she said, "Do you know you're meant to be a healer?" And I didn't know what that meant. Like, I knew that I loved helping people, but I didn't know how that was going to express through me. So that was kind of the beginning of, the opening of that dream, just cracking open my crown. And by the way, before that happened, I was having dizzy spells. I was getting sick, going to doctors. They couldn't find anything. And it was just my body telling me, "It's time to wake up, girl. Like, wake up."
Shake you up to wake
Yeah.
you up.
Yeah. Yeah.
You said art was one of your first gifts. And for those of you that are watching and not listening over a podcast, the frame that is framing Elohi's face is actually an original creation.
Yes, and you can't see it. Like where I am in the center, there's actually these wings. But this is an Archangel Michael canvas that I created a couple of years ago. So I started with pastels, and they've become an oracle deck called Wisdom of the Soul Oracle. They help me connect in with your soul and the aspects of you and messages that want to come through. And then I graduated from those pastels into doing acrylics, and I also do marker-based, a series called the Rainbow Series. And so art, for me always, as a little girl, I remember I loved art. It did something to me. So it's been, a tool for me also to go through my healing. And I didn't realize, right, that all of this was for my own also, that what I'm doing, I'm not just doing it for me, I'm doing it for everyone as well.
Yes. So when did the author come in?
Yeah, that was in 2014. So between 2003 and 2014, I started doing hands-on healing. That was the first, after the art, then the hands-on healing through some Egyptian guides that started to come in, and they would take me into temples and activate me. But in 2014, I met a dear friend, Christine Closer, who was doing a program called Get Your Book Done. And I was actually at home watching her on video online. And I was like, and I had been told, "You're here, you're meant to write a book." But it's like I felt stuck. And then I knew that she was the one to help me do that. And that really she was a catalyst for me, because the writing started to, that's why journaling is a really healing practice, because when you write, whatever you're holding starts to rise up, the energy starts to arise. And when it arises, that means you're ready to shift the energy. And as I started writing and attending her writing retreats, I allowed her to see me. I think she was probably the second person. There was a shaman who had seen me before her, but the work with her really catalyzed the opening of my spirituality. In one of her writing retreats, I got my first spiritual name. Some people knew me as Anumani, which was the galactic mother consciousness expression of me. And then in 2022, I received this name, Elohi Magdalena Rosa, again, as I want to say, as a catalyst for the angelic connection. So the first one was a galactic connection. This was angelic. And many of you know we have all these different aspects. My work helps to weave all of that together, all those different expressions of our being into this human body.
I love that. Yes, I met you when you were Anumani.
Yes, you did.
Yes. So when we get back, because we need to break for commercial right now, when we get back, we're going to talk a little bit about your book, and then you are going to do something special for us and the viewers.
I am.
So we'll be right back. Stay with us. Hello and welcome back to Be Here Now, where presence invites perspective and allows peace. We are here with our special guest, Elohi Magdalena Rosa. I like rolling my R's as well, Jess.
Me too.
And yes, we are going to talk about this masterful book that you created. And it's called Unmasking Your Soul. Do you want to tell us about your book?
Of course. So again, Christine really helped me to bring this and birth this book. I had no ideas, and I joke with my guides because it's like almost 400 pages. And I was like, oh my God, my second book better be a lot shorter than this. And I am in the process of writing my second book. So, not only did they say you need to write this book, they said it's a trilogy. So this was the first book, and it is what the title says. It's called Unmasking Your Soul, and it's a channeled writing. And in the book, there are 3 stages that I'm taking the reader through: truth, light, and healing. And in that first stage, there are 4 soul chambers of light. Each stage has 4 soul chambers of light. You can think of these soul chambers as portals and gateways to aspects of your soul that, through the work that we do together, you get to bring home. So, for example, divine love is the first soul chamber. And in the truth stage, you're really starting to unmask what's deep in the shadow. So all of us have come with core wounds, soul lessons, karmic ties, ancestral imprints, all of that. And in that first stage, we start to discover what those things are. So I help people through journaling prompts and through the voice alchemy that we do and through the channeling that comes through to start discovering, okay, what are those core wounds? For me, there was a lot of, I've mentioned some of it, but, feeling unloved, feeling abandoned, sometimes even betrayal came up for me. But I think the core for me was this deep fear of using my voice the way I was meant to, and a fear of being seen because I had been killed in other lifetimes for bringing my gifts forward. In the light stage, which is the middle stage, that's when I start to help you connect with, I want to say, your soul's light, with intuition, right? With the guiding system that we came with, your intuition that's coming through your higher self. If you've heard that term, there's different words that people use: inner wise self. I use divine self. That is kind of your inner compass guiding you because that part of you already knows how to help you navigate whatever challenges come up. And remember that we're all mirrors to each other. So the mirroring is happening to help you heal. And as you heal, then more of your soul's light can weave and braid with you and is kind of descending into the human body. And then in the healing stage, it is to take you to embodiment. And so it's more about the merging of divine in the human body. If I think of Mary Magdalene, that was one of her specialties of helping us to bring back the feminine and the masculine. You know, if you've heard of Hieros Gamos and the sacred union, sacred marriage, where the marriage is happening within us, of all those aspects kind of coming home, weaving together and embodying the human vessel. We're not meant to leave the vessel, we're meant to embody it, and that's the last stage.
That sounds amazing. Now, you are going to, you interpret it as your work is singing people home. And I love that. So you're going to gift us the beautiful magic of your voice.
Thank you. I am.
So
I want yeah, and just to set the stage, the heart center and higher heart are portals and gateways, if you know anything about the chakra system, where we get to connect with that divine essence. That's the gateway. And the breath is one of the portals, and sound, right? Sound goes directly to where you need it. When I asked my guides why, because I had moved from hands-on, even though I do a little bit of hands-on now, why the voice, and they said it transcends the ego mind. And so today I was guided to do a little heart activation, because we all have placed heart protectors because of all the experiences we've had. And so it has served a purpose, but we're at the point now where we really need to open our hearts more deeply. And so I'm going to bring in some helpers to help us do that. Yeah, to help release some of those heart protectors. And you're going to hear me sound and tone and sing and speak in light language.
All right. Thank you.
All right. So I invite you, if you haven't closed your eyes already, to close your eyes. We're going to take a couple deep breaths together. And I'm going to do it with you. We're going to breathe in love. And we're going to hold for a few seconds and then exhale out whatever's in disharmony with that love. So breathing in. And then exhaling out. Breathing in again. And out. And one more time. Breathing in. And out. And continue breathing on your own. Remember that breath is the doorway inward. I call upon the mothers of the rose, the divine mother energies of Isis, Sophia, Mary Magdalene, Mother Mary, and the many expressions of divine mother source, and all of the members of the Anaraya collective that wish to be present. As these beautiful beings come, imagine them surrounding you, wherever you may be, holding you, honoring you in the light and the divine being that you are. And they're surrounding us in rose golden light. Imagine this light surrounding your body completely and beginning to weave into your body, into the layers of your being, your spiritual body, your mental body, emotional body, and physical body. I invite the beloved Illuminare, seraphim angels of the Aurora Borealis, to shower our hearts in your milky white, iridescent light. They shower those heart protectors. Shiana Haeo Hai Ilai Kotuana Setuaneta. With grace and ease, dissolving, releasing all that no longer serves you. Imagine that rose gold light coming into your heart and into your body, all the places where it is called. For love is the alchemy, and all of these beings, they love you eternally as the source that you are. And that rose gold light weaving into your heart, your higher heart, into your throat, into your lower body, into your crown, bringing attention to the heart space, allowing the energies to arise, to be sung home, to be loved back into being. And imagine that these divine mother energies are holding you and your inner child, rocking you back and forth, singing to you, sounding into you, loving you back into being. Hug yourself. Know that you are this pure love. You have always been, you will always be, forever. This is your true essence. And love brings you back home. It restores what is in disharmony. The heart is the gateway. Letting those heart protectors dissolve one by one. Ilai kutua na situani tuasi. Shona turona situani. Wale wane tuasi. Shirana ona hirana oe as you are held, as you are loved, as you are anchored in more of your soul's light, more of your heart consciousness, swirling in your heart, expanding, opening. Let your heart expand and grow beyond your body, beyond all the layers of your being, expanding out and out and out. And now you are within this love frequency, this vibration that is your true essence. It showers every part of you, every atom, every molecule, every cell, restoring you to your original divine blueprint, allowing yourself to merge with more of your soul's light, divine and human, coming together through the heart, and your inner child receiving these energies, letting them know that it is safe for more of them to come home into you, embodied, feeling this love, this light weave into you. And just imagine that rose gold light, and from above your head, they open the holy chalice as Divine Mother pours golden light into your crown, and from beneath your feet, Mother Earth, Pachamama, Mama Kocha, and all the many names that she has, Gaia, she sends ruby and emerald rays of light coming through your feet, through your root. And these rays of light are merging in your heart center, heaven and earth joining in your heart, in your being, in your essence, converging as one, for we are all one. There is no separation. Letting go, releasing, and activating more deeply that which is in your heart, in your being, ready to be awakened now. Nisai ikoronai satai neshati. Uno ale sukwani tuai soronata. Shearanai sukwani. Seati. Wane sotuare nasi. Ishatiare. O satiare nata. And we anchor you in all that you have received. Anchored above and below, as one through the heart. We give thanks to the mothers of the rose, to all the Divine Mother energies, Isis, Sophia, Mary Magdalene, Mother Mary, and the many expressions of the Source Divine Mother, and all the beings who gathered with us, the Illuminari, galactics, angelics, and elementals, whatever your experience was, divinely perfect, anchored in this now and in all nows. It is so. It is done. It is complete. We give thanks to you, beloveds, for being here at this time. Shine your light brightly. Let love be the guiding force that brings you home through your voice, through the sounds, through the waters within. And so it is. When you're ready, you may open your eyes.
That was amazing.
Thank you.
You're
Yes, thank
welcome. It's what I love to do.
Oh, wow. Hmm. Hmm. It's funny. I feel like I want to go lay in the sun now. Ooh. Okay. So I keep hearing, okay, we need to move on with the show now. The most important information. If people want to reach out to you and get a session from you, do you offer online and in person? What's the best way for people to work with you?
Yes, mostly online.
Okay.
I was offering in person. Since I moved here, I have not offered in person, and I have been guided not to offer in person here in the space where I am. That might change in the future. So mostly now it's online. And
Okay.
if they go to the different links that you have there, so the main links page, I'm saying that because I'm in transition I'm moving to new branding around the Anuraya Collective. I'm still on my old Anumani Speaks website, but that's going to change in a couple of months. So the best way is the solo.to / Elohi Magdalena Rosa. All my links are on there, and people can email me at Elohi at Anuraya Collective if they're interested. On my website, I do have a page that has services, but the best way is to set up a free consult. And if you go to my homepage on umanispeaks.com, you can set up a free consultation and we can chat and see what's in alignment.
Outstanding. Now,
Mm.
if you're listening through podcast and you're not seeing the screen that's up, you can go down to your show notes because all the contact information is down in the show notes as well. And I will post this information under the videos as well once they're up on Facebook and YouTube. Okay. Now you have some upcoming events.
I do, yes. So coming up on October 18th, I have an in-person event, and I love doing these in-person events. If you want to see me in person, this is one of the best ways to get to experience my work. I have the privilege of doing this one with a soul sister, Pamela Jane Durand. Her spiritual name is Elohi Magdalena Rosa. We are twin sisters from other lifetimes, and we are anchoring the pillar of grace. This is going to be very ceremonial. We're going to be doing anointings, and we're going to be doing 2 transmissions where we'll be doing voice alchemy and playing instruments in the room and anointing people and hands-on and all of that, whatever we're called to do. That's going to be at the Be the Change in Severna Park on October 18th from 1 to 4 p.m. And there's the link. And then October, yep.
Be the Change, that's what Cheryl Pace, that's her place, right?
It's her place, yes.
Excellent.
Going to be at Cheryl's place. It's a beautiful space. We did the first anchoring. I did the first anchoring of the Pillar of Remembrance on August 23rd. This is kind of the second pillar, and I'm going to be doing more of these. There's more pillars to anchor on the earth. This one happens to be grace. And then October 25th, I'll be one of the vendors at the Sparkle Fest at Perilla Wellness in Arnold, Maryland. I'll be offering 20-minute voice of the soul activations. And then I'll have some of my art and my Altars of Eden, which is a new collection that I launched on August 23rd of this year. And you'll get to experience those. They're pouches, healing pouches, and crystalline spheres, all that have been consecrated in the temple, plus mist. I've created a line of mist, and you can experience all of that at Perella Wellness on October 25th. It's from 11:30 to 4:30, I believe. I might have gotten the time wrong. But at that URL, tinyurl.com/sparklefest, you can RSVP, and I hope to see you there.
Fantastic. Okay. Wow. What a gift. What a gift that heart activation was. I can feel all of my cells are I don't know, spinning, dancing, doing something.
Beautiful.
Yes.
Dancing.
Yeah. We like to leave people with something to chew on, something to think about. And this is what Janice has for this week.
What if you made a list of all the things that nag at your conscience? It makes you feel shame and guilt. Which guilty feeling is least justified?
After that heart activation, I don't have any more guilt.
I know.
Oh, wow.
Guilt be gone.
Yeah, that's right.
And so it is.
And so it is.
Elohi, I cannot thank you enough. We can't thank you enough for spending time with us and gifting us that amazing heart activation.
Oh,
I
yeah.
feel the ripple effect will continue for days. And
Thank
days.
you. I am grateful to be on here. And yeah, it's been quite a journey. I want to repeat the words you said at the beginning: from silence to sovereign, from fear to freedom. It really has taken a lot of courage to walk the road less traveled. And, who knew that what I feared the most, my voice and being seen, was, what was going to bring me to this place of, I want to say, a deeper embodiment of who I came here to be. And I so love doing what I do. So lots of peace and blessings to everyone listening to this.
Yes, we can
Thank you.
definitely feel that in the words as soon as you open your mouth, and even in your energy. So thank you.
Thank
We
you.
will thank everybody for choosing to be here now with us. And please always remember,
You are not alone.
and don't ever forget, you are awesome. We'll see you next time. Thank you, ladies. Thank you so very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you,